Hello, and welcome to episode 163 of Daryl Show Your Work. All right, so in this episode, I'm going to be showing how to build a virtual machine and restrict port access in Microsoft Azure. All right, so this is the Microsoft cloud platform where you can do a variety of tasks, and I'm just going to show how to build a simple virtual machine and then how we can do some initial securing of it. All right, so to get started. First, I need to do something here. All right, so let's see. Um, Go to virtual machines here, and I want to pin the resource group here to my screen. Let me let that load up first. All right, look like it was already there for me. Is that? I think that is, but let me just double check. Let me see. Resource group. All right, let's go to resource groups here. Yeah, that was it. Okay. Click on that. I just want to have easier access to this. All right, so I'm gonna pin that. I'm gonna go to over here to create new private, and I'm just gonna call this test. Right, I'm gonna create the pin. Okay. All right. So now that I've got that done, all right. Now what you just saw me there do there. All right. So I was that was a resource group. So what a resource group is, that's actually the logical container that holds related Azure resources like VM, storage, networks, which you're all going to see me interact with here. All right, um, again, it holds related Azure resources for a solution, allowing them to be deployed, managed, monitored, and deleted as a single unit. And it typically shares the same life cycle for easier management. All right, I'm gonna show how all of that works. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually start building a virtual machine. So I'm going to go to these three lines right here, and I'm going to click create resource. All right, so I'm going to just type in here the virtual machine that I want to use. So I'm going to say, and you can actually use, I'm going to use a Linux machine. You can actually use Linux machines here on a Microsoft platform. So I'm going to say I want to use Ubuntu version 2204 LTS. All right. So that's going to come up. So it's going to relate, it's going to load up all related instances of that operating system. All right. So we can see here, this is what I'm looking for. I'm going to click create, click on the OS name. Give it a little bit time to load up here. And we can see it gives you kind of an estimate here as far as the starting price, which is 7 cents, 3 years. And I'm gonna walk us through how we create this, and once I get through everything, I'm also show how how you can tear this down. All right, so I'm going to start off by choosing the resource group that I pinned here in the beginning. All right, and then I'm gonna name this just virtual. I'm gonna call it virtual instance. I'm gonna call it my first Azure VM. All right. All right, I'm gonna leave all of that the same. All right, so down here on size, I'm gonna go to click on all sizes here. So this is gonna bring up a menu, of different sizes of the VM that I could choose. I'm gonna choose this one, the standard, the general purpose one, D2 S_V5. And then once I highlight that, I'm gonna choose select. All right, now that I got that highlighted, and I'm gonna have my, of course, have my SSH key, public key pair, made for me. Um, Everything looks good. All right, and then we can see, all right, I'm allowed. It says select inbound port, so I'm gonna leave this open. I'm gonna leave this open for the purpose of showing us how we could change it once I have it made. All right, so I'm gonna click review and create. All right. All right, so this is where we would just review all the specs and all the pricing as far as how much I will be charged. All right, and again, these are all the specifications that I just set. After verifying this, click create, and of course, I want to download my private key and create resource. Ultimately, that's what's going to allow me to authenticate with this. All right, so it's gonna just give it a minute. Just gonna make sure that it successfully deploys here, so we can see that the deployment is in process. And I'm not gonna move on till I can verify that the deployment was successful. And we can see all the various resources that's associated with this virtual machine, such as the network interfaces, deployments, security groups, which operate as firewalls. All right, so it looks like that the deployment is complete. So next up, I'm gonna actually start provisioning the storage account. So think of it like the S3 buckets in terms of AWS. This is Microsoft's variation of it. So this is I'm gonna start creating the storage account that's going to be associated with this VM, and then after I create it, then I'm going to associate add the storage to the actual resource container. All right. So to get started on that, I'm going to create resource again. All right, and then right here under storage account, I'm gonna go to create. All right, look like it's already rendered my subscription and then also the resource group, which is great. All right, so I have to give this a name, so I'm gonna just call this Daryl Test ACC, as in Daryl Test Account. All right, looks like everything else I should be good to go. So I'm gonna click review and create. All right, looking at all the specifications here, everything looks good. So let's create that. All right, and I'm gonna wait for this to deploy as well. All right, looks like deployment was complete. Now I have to add this to the actual resource group, the storage container. All right, so in order to do that, I'm gonna go to over here to virtual machines. Where are you? Right here. All right, so now we can see my virtual machine here. So I'm gonna click this. All right, in order to add this storage account to the container, I need to restart the VM. So I'm gonna hit restart right here and say yes. All right, so while that's restarting, I'm going to go back up here and I'm going to choose storage accounts now. All right, so I'm going to select the storage account that I want to add. Click that. Okay, so over here on the left side under data storage, I'm going to click containers, but I want to wait for this to fully load up here before I do anything. All right, so I'm going to click container. All right, so I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna say add container. I have to give it a name. All right. So we can see that the virtual machine has successfully restarted. So I'm going to name this just simply private. All right. And see, I should be good to go as far as creating that. Okay, so it looks like I'm good to go there. All right, so the next thing I want to get into is the security aspect of this and exactly how do I restrict. If you remember when I created this virtual machine, I left SSH access open, similar to what I did in AWS. All right, so I wanted to walk through exactly how do we plug in that hole? How do we limit the access to the virtual instance? Um, through the secure shell protocol. All right, so in order to do so, I need to go back and I'm going to go back through the virtual machines. All right, and I'm going to choose mine here, my first Azure VM. All right, so over here on the left where we see networking, under networking, I'm gonna choose network settings. All right, so we can see again similar to what we saw in AWS. We see this little warning symbol here next to SSH. It's basically letting us know that hey, there's a vulnerability here. All right, so I'm going to address that. So I'm going to click on the protocol name SSH. It's network security group. So it's pretty much the same thing as security group in AWS. It operates as a firewall for our virtual machine. All right. So where it says source here, I'm gonna click down and I'm gonna simply choose my IP address. And so basically the same thing as I did previously. It's just going to only allow my IP address to gain access to this virtual machine through the to do the SSH protocol. All right, and I'm going to click save, and let me know that's updating that rule. All right, so it's going to reload it for me, and we can see that everything's all good now. All right, so one other thing that I want to show is exactly how we can view details about our some of the technical details about our VM. If we want to do that from the command line interface, If I go up here to the this PowerShell symbol here, which is Cloud Shell here in Azure, I click that. All right, so it gives me actually two different options here as far as shells I could use. I could use Bash, which is native to Linux, or I could use PowerShell, which of course is native to Microsoft. So I'm going to choose PowerShell. All right, and then subscription, I'm gonna just give it my subscription and then apply. All right, so let's expand this so we can see exactly what's going on. Trying to see if I can. Okay, this should be large enough. Okay. All right, so a simple command that I can run if I wanted to get the details about all the running VM virtual machines. In this instance, it's only going to be one since mine is the only one running. I'm gonna just say AZ VM list, and it's going to give me a bunch of technical output about it. All right, so yeah, so we can so again, if we want to see that from the command line, that's how we can do that. All right, so let me just minimize that. So let's say we're ready to delete this instance. All right, so in order to do so, I'm gonna click here on the instance. Well, actually, you know what? No, not from there. There's actually a quicker way to do it to make sure you get rid. If I wanted to get rid of everything, the way I would do that, I would go to resource groups. So this is running kind of slow on my machine. Hmm, shouldn't be taking this long. Let's see if I reload it, see what happens. And if it's not going to cooperate, I can just actually skip this part. Yeah, it looks like it's not going to cooperate. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here, but basically, in order to basically, you could go inside the resource groups, and once you're inside there, you can highlight all the resource. Okay, hold on, I think it's booting up now. Okay, great. All right, so I'm gonna click inside of here. Yeah, not sure how long this is going to take. Feel free to fast forward, if you really want to see this portion. But I mean, this is pretty much the tail end of the video. I just want to show how to get rid of resources, when all the resources that I created here, the VM, the storage, all of that within the resource group, how we can do that. But it seems like for whatever reason, my machine does not want to cooperate in doing so. Let's give it a couple more tries here. There we go. Okay. All right. So if basically highlight everything that I wanna delete. So if I want to delete everything, I would just click this box up here, which I'm going to, and I would just click delete resource group, and it's going to basically delete all the stuff within this resource group that I created. Therefore I could be sure that that I'm not that everything that I may have been paying for, let's say that I want to keep things free, that's how I do so. All right. And hopefully this does not take another 5 minutes to come up. All right, so it's having me to confirm. So in order to confirm, I just need to type delete here to verify that I'm saying that yes, I want you to delete all of these things. And it should be okay. Sometimes you can write delete, sometimes you have to add the resource group name. So I'm gonna say, what was that? That's different because usually I just, matter of fact, let's just copy and paste that. Yeah, usually I just it just asks you to write the word delete. There we go. All right. All right. So then it's going to start deleting those things. So it's not everything. It's not going to I don't know why it failed. But basically, yeah, I'm not sure why it failed to do that. This thing is acting up. But I mean, essentially that's what you do to let me see if I just do this. That's what you do if you wanted to delete all the resources you created that's associated with a particular resource group. You go through here and it'll start deleting these. And it won't delete all at once. It's kind of a phased type of thing where it'll start to delete it over the course of maybe like 5 minutes. You have to wait and it'll start to delete everything. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's failing, but yeah. So that's how you create a virtual machine within Microsoft Azure, and how you can then restrict port access to it. So again, SSH was just an example of how to do that, but you could pretty much do that with any port you decide to open up on your virtual machine. So please like, share, subscribe. Most importantly, show your work. Until next time, take care.